What is up guys, today I'm making a little bit of a guide for Helldivers 2, which I have been grinding since I bought it a week ago, as you can see by my playtime. So stealth. This is something which I like doing in Helldivers 2. I immediately tried it out when I knew it was possible, and let me tell you, it's really fun to do, though it is a bit tedious. So let's start with what is stealth. Well, in Helldivers 2, it is a way of minimizing the amount of enemies you need to kill and avoid fighting groups directly. This is done in order to do objectives quickly while avoiding a huge fight that can lead to you being swarmed by bots or bugs. Of course, this usually involves scouting for enemies before going in and destroying the objective, and of course all the enemies nearby, so they don't call for reinforcements. Now there are some things which you should know before you try this out, this being, how do enemies know where you're at? First, you should know, enemies do not know where you're at all times. They can't see you if you are hiding behind something, so if you see a patrolling group of enemies, maybe you shouldn't shoot at them with that quasar cannon. So what factors play into stealth? Well, there's line of sight. This just means that if the enemies detect you, they will start investigating the area, and if they spot you, will attack or sometimes call for backup before attacking. A way to limit their detection range is just by crouching or going prone. Doing either of these significantly lower the range in which enemies detect you, with prone essentially letting you get behind most enemies. These are some numbers which I got from this guy, who is the one that convinced me that stealth might just be better than taking an entire bot army in order to complete a single side objective. Another factor that is a big one is noise. This is actually the number one thing that can give you away even if the enemies don't see you directly. I'm sorry, but throwing a 500 kilogram nuke in the middle of a battlefield will make people ask questions. Speaking of which, now is a good time to add a side note that stratagems will completely give away your location if the enemies can see the little ball thing you throw to call them in. Meaning stealth is a lot harder to do if you're going to be spamming nukes. So, going quieter weapons will make a big difference. Of course, each type of weapon class has different levels of noise, with energy weapons making the least amount of noise besides melee that make no noise, well, most of the time that is. Now from my experience, bots are a bit easier to stealth than bugs because when they are detecting you, they give you a lot of indicators, while with bugs, they just stare at you, which can give the impression of them already spotting you. Now even if you are spotted, you still don't got an orbital reset on you at all times. Instead, the enemies will try to find you by shooting you, while going to the last position you were spotted at. This can let you outmaneuver them if you have something to break line of sight. Some other stuff to know for those that are about to run in and attempt a stealth mission is a lot of the time when you are doing an objective, the game will sometimes lead a patrol towards the direction of the objective, but keep this in mind, you do not need to fight them all the time. Sometimes letting them pass is better in order to complete the objective. Alright, finally, I can tell you guys about the most overpowered item for all of this, and that would be this perk. This stealth perk that you can get from the first page of the free battle pass, probably within the first hour of playtime even. This is because of its passive called Scout. Not only does it let you detect enemies close and far away, it also reduces your detection range by 30%. This is amazing for stealth, and makes soloing Helldive difficulty missions possible. Anyways, that is all for the video. If you want to know the best weapons for stealth, it's all these. They work really well. The revolver is somehow also apparently very quiet, and the best secondary. Yeah, I would have never guessed it either. Still, not complaining. So, subscribe if you aren't already. I mainly do Honkai Star Rail content, but I have thought about adding Helldivers 2 depending on this video's reception. I mainly make guides, though I occasionally do make different type of content. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.